Here we are at the Biohacking Conference, and we're with Dr. Pompa. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm known for a saying, fix the cell and you get well. And real detox is at the cellular level, and that's what all this is about. We're actually doing some very unique testing to see if people are toxic at the cellular level, and that's what we're doing here today.
Oh, and tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Yeah, I mean, pain to purpose story. I always say that this mission, I didn't choose it, it chose me. It was 1999 and I got very sick unexplainably, didn't know what was going on. Started like most people, lack of energy, and then from no energy to other complaints, anxiety, couldn't sleep, digestive problems. All of a sudden I became allergic and intolerant to all these different foods and I was chasing that. My thyroid, my adrenals weren't functioning correctly. Hair was thinning, skinny, fat. I mean, all of the typical signs most people would have. And for years I had tried to address my hormones, my adrenals, my thyroid. And certain things may have gotten better, but I wasn't getting better. And that's when it led me to more of the upstream causative factors, of really what was going on with my hormone system, really what was going on with my brain and anxiety. And so it led to everything that I teach. And I teach doctors now around the world, and I have been for almost 20 years now. So.
And where can we find you, like if people want to check out your system? Or
You know what, I just did a free training. You could check it out. I did it for the show. If you go to cellulartraining.net, you can watch the webinar that I did.
Okay, and then you also, do you still do one-on-ones with people, or do you just have more of a program? How does it work?
Yeah, I don't do many one-on-ones anymore. I mean, I do some because I love it. I can't stop. But Pompa program and that training will lead you to what I've put together. So now we've taken the message to the world with my kids, by the way. My kids were the ones like, Dad, you have to take what you're doing and bring it to millions because our whole generation is this, and they're right. So my kids are all part of Pompa program and all part of really taking the mission to the world. They'll take it to far more people than I ever have, and they already have. That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you've helped so many people with this method, correct?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, at this point, millions, because I have trained a lot of doctors, right? So the doctors I've trained in my process and protocols, they've now helped obviously thousands of people, right? And so now we're taking the same thing I've been training doctors directly to the people themselves and literally training them. Yeah, so I'll show you a little bit of the new technology. When you look at toxins, especially toxins intracellularly, it's very difficult to test for. Most tests for people that do urine tests, blood tests, hair testing. However, very inaccurate to knowing really what's in the cell. This is new technology out of Europe that looks at toxins in the cell and even deficiencies in the cell. And we're able to then to have a better reflection of like heavy metal in the tissue versus just heavy metal circulating extracellularly, meaning outside your cells. Then if we pan over on this side, we're doing a test that looks at cellular inflammation, and it's 50 times more accurate than a blood test because we don't want to just know general inflammation. We want to specifically know, again, cellular inflammation, just like cellular toxicity. And if you look at this, I don't know if you can get this angle over here at all, but if you come this way a little bit maybe, and then see that, you can see her. All right, we'll slide over this way. There you go, right there. So this is looking at contrast. And contrast is a way to measure biotoxic illness. And it's more accurate, really, than any test out there for mold illness, which is very difficult because we typically don't know that we're exposed to mold. But by looking at contrast sensitivity, we're not looking at your acuity, meaning your eyesight. We're looking at your ability to see contrast. And it's very accurate for neurotoxicity in general. And that's really what you're seeing there. So cool tests, but very accurate.